Hello my friends, I'm just coming towards the end of a Uber shift. I've just come out for a few hours to cherry pick what's good for me and to make sure that I hit my targets. And I wanted to talk about what's happening today with Iran firing a few missiles to Qatar and other American military bases like Erbil in Iraqi Kurdistan, and why it's a symbol of weakness, and they are basically at the end of their tenure, at the end of the rope, because they have suppressed their people for a long time, and all they've been after is getting that nuclear weapon. Now there is no chance that they will have it, as you know, it's been obliterated, it's been destroyed, you know, all the nuclear sites that they were working on. So yeah, what do we make of this now? Yeah, from what we're hearing, that America will just take it as a symbolic thing. They are trying to save face, and that's it, you know. Either they will sit down with the Israelis and the Americans and the G5s to negotiate that they will no longer have the ambition to have a nuclear weapon. They will let people to come on the ground and to make sure that this is the case. If not, it will be regime change. And even if the regime change doesn't happen immediately, it could eventually happen. Look what happened to Assad in Syria and many other states around the Middle East. So yeah, it's good that no one's been killed and what have you, but it looks like the regime is weak and it's its lowest point. And I think the Iranian people need change. You know, they need these sanctions lifted off them, and the people to prosper and have some normality of life. You know, in this day and age, you shouldn't be sanctioned to death and depressed that you can't get things, you can't get proper medicine, you can't get economy going, you can't have a proper functioning business. You know, a bit of capitalism, as bad as it may sound. So yeah, I hope that this will be the end of it, and Israel and Iran can sort of make up and get rid of this regime. To be honest with you, this regime, the ideology that they have, they will never change. They do not believe in peace with neighbors and so on. Their ambition is weapons and, you know, it's just power basically, and suppressing its own people. So I think they need a change. They need a change of government. Someone who's in charge, who's not going to oppress the people and violate their rights and different groups in Iran, because Iran is a weak country. It's weak in a sense of its insecurities in there, because there are many people in there. There are the Baluchis, there are the Azeri Turks, there are the Kurdish population, and it could easily backfire on the Iranian government, the Iranian regime. If at their weakest point they don't change, they don't acknowledge that they have been defeated and they need to give up this weapon sort of dream that they have. And rightly or wrongly, these countries, the G5, America, Israel and the G7s all together, they will not allow it to happen. And this is my opinion, guys. So, but there's no reason to say why things can't get better, why enemies can't be friends, why enemies can't cooperate in a civilized manner where we can have a civilized, peaceful Middle East. For heaven's sake, war after war, war after war, people are tired. The amount of money wasted into weapons and, you know, military assets and all sorts of wars that go on, it's crazy. I mean, look at Vietnam and look at America. You know, America used all sorts of weapons in Vietnam, killed a lot of people, hundreds and thousands, if not a million. I don't have the exact figures from the top of my head. But look how relationships are with them now. For example, look at America and Japan. Look at Israel, for example. Israel and Germany. Look what the Nazis did to the Jewish people. And look how cordial their relationship is. Israel and Germany. So they still are having a civilized relationship. A very good relationship, maybe. So a relationship of reconciliation, I am assuming. So things can get better once there is communication, understanding, and the motion of threats are off the table. Then it's a wonderful thing if the world can get on. But what do I know, hey? I'm a part-time Uber driver, and I'm trying to better myself, progress. I've given up smoking, and you may say, why am I, talking about matters that are beyond my control? Because I have connection in the region, I'm a Kurd, and also because it affects us all as a British citizen here in the UK. As far as what's happening is right in the Middle East, as far as it still affects us. For example, if it gets messy and Iran wants to destabilize the Strait of Hormuz where all the shipping goes, it will affect us here in the West. In the UK, the cost of fuel will go up, the cost of food and consumables will go up. So it does affect us. Directly or indirectly, it will affect us. And cost of living is already up in this country and everywhere else. So it just makes life harder. But anyways, guys, that's my take. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And let me know your thoughts and whether you are bothered with what's happening or not. Thank you.